We're live. Today's focus is on helping you guys lower blood pressure. But let's just keep it simple and straightforward, okay? The Mastering Diabetes method will help you lower your blood pressure, your A1C, your cholesterol, your triglycerides, your fasting blood glucose because of one reason. And I know a lot of you could probably answer this already. But if you're new, the reason is because we're going to help you reverse insulin resistance. That's what we're going to do. That's the focus. You got to keep it simple. No need to overcomplicate things. Focus on one thing. It makes your life really, really simple. So in the chat box, why don't you let us know where you're coming from? What type of diabetes are you living with? And let's have some fun. So I'm going to actually make my lunch right here today with you guys. And this lunch is it's actually going to be, fairly similar to the type of food that we serve we've done in-person retreats in the past. We have done virtual retreats in the past, and they're super fun. And people come, and in just 3 days, people lower their blood pressure, right? So it happens very fast. And the foods I'm going to be, using today to make my salad are foods that help you reverse insulin resistance. So that's the name of the game today. Doug Mack first. I love that. Got that first comment in there. Huge. Type 2. We got, hey, none playlist. That's a funny username. I like it. Yeah, so let me know. Do you have high blood pressure? Put H in the chat box if you have high blood pressure. Let's say maybe you're taking blood pressure medication, but that's what's keeping your blood pressure in range. Like, have you been diagnosed with a blood pressure condition and put on medication? I'd love to know. All right, love to know. Marilyn, Dan. Okay, none playlist. Marilyn. Okay, we have type 2 from New Zealand. Excellent. Love that. Okay, so I'm going to show you some fun things today. So one of the best ways to lower your blood pressure is to incorporate nitrate-rich vegetables. Arugula is one of those nitrate-rich vegetables. So I actually have arugula in this bowl, in this glass container. There's also romaine lettuce in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really delicious calorie-dense salad. You see, watching for my sister who has kidney disease and fatty liver, high cholesterol and blood pressure. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Hopefully you're also living by example because that's going to be the best way to impact your sister. But that's amazing that you're here learning so you can share that information. Christy, type 2 from South Carolina. Fantastic. So what I'm going to be focusing on today in this meal that I'm going to make for myself, that I'm going to eat for lunch, it's going to be calorie-dense fruits. Okay, so the first fruit I'm going to be putting in the salad, these are plantains. Plantains, all right? And they look ugly. You might think that they've gone bad, but they're actually perfectly right. I put them in the fridge. All right. Marilyn says, I can't stand arugula. Oh, that's okay. Do you like romaine lettuce? Let me know in the chat box. All right. I also going to make cut up some mamey sapote today. It's a very special fruit, very calorie dense. And I also have some figs. Those are the 3 fruits that I'm going to put in my salad. And the key about this entire meal is that it's low in total fat. It's also low in saturated fat. Okay? Yes, I follow your plan to the T, and I love it. That's excellent, Addie. Excellent. Marilyn, you love romaine lettuce, and you're in good shape. Okay? You're in great shape. So as you guys know, I want you all to type in the chat box, write the letter S. If you have struggled with spikes when you eat fruit, like your blood sugar spikes or insulin spikes, put S in the chat box. If that's been something you've struggled with in the past, you're struggling with now, maybe you're new to mastering diabetes, let me know. Okay. Doug Mack, you're on Jardiance. Okay, well, that's hopefully motivation to keep going. That's got some nasty side effects. I want you to do everything you can to get rid of that. Doug Mack, I'm curious, have you gotten your C-peptide tested? Did you get a fasting C-peptide test? Super curious. Let me know in the chat box. D says S. Paula says F. S. Kirsty S. Paula S. Dan S, Lynn S, guys. All right, so there's a few things we can do to address this. Every single one of them is important, all right? Number one, the spike that you experience when you eat fruit is not the fruit's fault. That's number one. We have to understand that. What it's actually is an indication that you're living with insulin resistance, and if you have excess dietary fat stored in muscle and liver tissue. That's a great warning sign. So everybody who's writing S, you have a fantastic warning sign that it's time to take action. It's time to take action. So what do we got to do to get rid of that excess fat? Number one, overall low-fat diet. Overall low-fat diet. We got to start there. All right. Then when you start incorporating the fruit into your meals, okay, it's essential, especially in the beginning, to include greens and non-starchy vegetables. Greens and or non-starchy vegetables with your fruit is going to help stabilize your blood glucose at the meal and the hours after. Okay? Greens and non-starchy vegetables. Okay, that's the key. The next thing is eat slowly. We're going to slowly chew your food. There's no need to rush through these meals. Take your time. Let your body metabolize and start making these adjustments. Give it some time. Then we're also going to incorporate movement. Movement. And it can just be walking. Walking after your meal, or it can even be as simple as making sure you do your dishes after the meal. You stand up, you walk around, you go to the sink. Like even that little bit of movement is going to be very impactful in the stability of your blood glucose after that meal and helping you begin to avoid these spikes. We've seen it over and over and over again in our clients. I love hearing your guys' wins in the chat box. Okay? Anybody who's got some wins you want to share? Here we go. My A1C was 10.3 April 24 this year. Yesterday it was 5.1 following your book. Joseph, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Joseph, we got to find a way to contact you because once the show is over, your comment just like goes away. So Joseph, I would love to share your story. I'd love to hear more about you. Maybe you can email us, team@masteringdiabetes.org. I would love to get in touch with you. Fantastic. Doug Mack, he has not gotten a C-peptide. He's down 32 pounds. Fasting is your aid along with no carbs and juicing. No carbs. Doug, missing out on an opportunity here. Missing out on a big opportunity. All right. So who here is looking to lose weight? I want you to write the amount of weight you're looking to lose in the chat box. You want to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds? Put it in the chat box. How much weight are you looking to lose if that's what you're looking to do? All right. And while you guys write that in the chat box, I'm going to start opening up my plantain here. All right. So here it is. Just like that. I'm just going to do a little cut. And we're going to watch this. So the outside is black and ugly. The inside is absolutely perfect. All right. I'm a huge fan of plantains. Huge fan. There we go. Okay. So we're just going to cut this into pieces, just like that. And we're going to then put it on in our salad here. Just place them in. And these are like really juicy. Like they're ripe. It's not, it's not crunchy. And you can do a lot of things with plantains. You could bake them. You could steam them. That's how we offer them at the retreat most often, is we usually steam them. Okay. So I'm going to do one more plantain. And I'm going to start reading through these comments. So we have Jeffrey 10, D 100, Lynn 20. Can't even keep up. Amazing. Okay. So all of you who are looking to lose weight, we have a really cool guide that I'd love for you to be able to benefit from. And so we can have Bess put it on the screen. If you want this guide about helping you maximize weight loss, just type the word yo-yo in the comments. You have to do that on Facebook. And just want you guys to see like how ripe this is, right? Like it's very pliable. Okay. It's not like super firm. It's really ripe. Write yo-yo in the comments if you want our amazing guide for helping you understand 4 key principles for losing weight, right? We can give you 4 tips to lose the weight and keep it off for good. Just write yo-yo in the chat box and you'll get that. If you're on YouTube, you have to write it on Facebook. That's where you got to write this, okay? So we got our plantains in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my chronometer app. So my blood glucose is in a good place right now. It's 98. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go to chronometer. I'm going to add to my lunch, add food. I'm going to type in plantains. Okay. Plantains raw. You see that right there? Plantains raw. It says amount. See how that 100 is in gray? I'm going to change that 100 to 296. 296. That's what's on my food scale. Boom. Okay. So it's hard to see. Lunch is now 104 grams of carbohydrate. Okay. Now, next up, let's see. Did you guys put yo-yo in the chat box? Good. Any thoughts on organic monk fruit? Yeah, whole organic fruit is great. Any thoughts? Why plantains over bananas? I wouldn't say it's plantains over bananas. Bananas are great too. I just like plantains as well. They're richer. They're denser. It's a dense flavor. Thoroughly enjoy it. I love plantains, okay? So if you're just joining us, write yo-yo in the chat box if you want that free guide. 4 tips to finally lose weight and stop yo-yo dieting for good, okay? So I'm going to put some figs now in my salad, all right? So it's going to cut the top off, cut it in half. And when you go to the store and you pick out your figs, you want them to be soft. Okay, you see how this has squish? See how that has squish? You want some squish in your figs, okay? Just going to pop them in here. I think that's a Calorie. This is a Black Mission. Black Mission. Here we go. Boom. Okay. There we go, right there. Let's do it. Look at this. This one's super squishy. Like the more squishy, like the more delicious. Okay? And they're perfect inside. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right there. All right. And let's do this here. There we go. Boom. Okay. And let's do a few more here. This one on the bottom is really ripe. Really ripe. Okay, look at that. Look at how juicy that translucency in there. That's juicy. That's juicy. Okay, that's enough figs. So we did a figs, 118. Add food. Figs, 118. All right. Now we're going to do this mamey sapote. This comes from Miami Fruit. This is called the Key West variety. And I'll probably just do half of this. Look at that. I mean, it could not be more perfect. I mean, that is one heck of a fruit right there. So we're going to save this side. And I'm just going to cut it in half here again, and then cut it again. And then I'm just going to take the skin off. You don't eat the skin on this fruit. You do eat the skin on figs. Just peel that off. Just peel this side off right there. Same thing. Cut this. And so we cut it in half, and then we cut it into the half again. And then boom, there we go. So we have our nice slices, and we can just start now cutting them into little pieces here and add them to our salad. This is going to be one heck of a salad. Again, calorie-dense fruits to keep me satisfied from meal to meal, but not too calorie-dense. That's why this yo-yo guide is so beneficial, because we're going to help you understand the appropriate calorie density, how to pick the right foods so you can eat in abundance and not be limiting, right? You want to eat in abundance. That's mamey 170. Lunch, add food. Mamey sapote 170. So lunch is 181 grams of carbohydrate. I'm going to do 181 divided by, let's do 50. Gives me 3.6. I'm going to do 3.5. We'll do 3.5 units. And somebody says, I can't find those fruits here in Utah. I'm not sure where you are in Utah, but you can have the mamey shipped to you. You can definitely find plantains pretty much anywhere. All right. And the figs, you're going to have to go to like your local store for that. Okay. So figs are going to mostly be at a like a natural grocer, your local or small organic market. You might find that at some of the big markets. I bought these figs at Whole Foods. That's where I got my figs. They're in season right now. So definitely look for figs. All right. The big orange fruit's called mamey sapote. Mamey sapote. This is our final meal. So I just took insulin for that. So now I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. How many of you here are insulin dependent? Put ID in the chat box if you're insulin dependent. What are some of those nasty side effects? I'm being prescribed generic Jardiance. Okay, we actually wrote about that in our book. I'd have to pull up that section of the book because we covered a lot of medications in there. But you can just Google side effects of Jardiance. Put ID in the chat box if you're insulin dependent, all right? So if you're insulin dependent, I hope you either already knew this or learned it from us, which is insulin timing is really important. If I just injected insulin and I started eating this, guaranteed blood glucose spike. Guaranteed, because the insulin's not working. Okay, I love to ask people this question. It's like, hey, so many people with insulin-dependent diabetes make this mistake. And I'm like, look, if I gave you like 2 bananas, you just ate the bananas and you didn't inject any insulin, I'm like, what would happen? You're like, oh, well, I would go to like 300. I would skyrocket. And I'm like, okay, if you inject insulin and eat food, that's basically what you did. The insulin's not doing anything. It's not working. It's not functioning. It takes at least 10 minutes, approximately 15, for that insulin to start doing anything. And then by the time, if you ate right away, now the insulin you dosed is having to compensate for this high blood glucose, and insulin doesn't work as effectively when your blood glucose is high. So it becomes a double whammy problem. It's like, wow, I just got the high, I'm high, and the total dose that I thought was appropriate isn't going to cover things so well, right? It's a big problem. Big problem. So that's why we prevent that here at Mastering Diabetes. We teach you all about insulin timing. It's very important. So again, guys, if you're looking for the 4 tips to finally lose weight and stop yo-yo dieting for good, you just write the words yo-yo in the chat box on Facebook, or you email us, or you DM us on Instagram, and we will hook you up, okay? And again, I just want to address anybody who's concerned about not being able to get these foods. That's okay. You could literally make this salad with lettuce, arugula, and plantains. And I promise you, plantains are available everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? 100%. Okay? So this was fun. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box. I will answer them. But that's the show today. Again, if you're looking to lower your blood pressure, the real thing to focus on is to lower your insulin resistance, to become insulin sensitive. Okay? So it's really important. Really important to become insulin sensitive. Okay? So Doug Mack, insulin has many side effects as well, just like all scripts like Jardiance. Okay, Doug. The difference is that insulin is a natural hormone that the human body produces, right? And so when insulin is being prescribed, that is because for type 1, they're not producing enough insulin. So it's like a necessary thing to survive. Jardiance is prescribed to people who are living with insulin resistance and haven't become insulin sensitive. That's a different story. And so we have many clients in our coach program who got off Jardiance, and that's because they became insulin sensitive. So I think you're kind of playing with us, trying to have some fun, and that's okay. I'll have some fun with you, Doug. I think you're a proponent of a low-carb diet, and that's great. I wish you all the success in the world. That's fantastic. And I wish you success. But what we teach here is to maximize insulin sensitivity, a low-fat, plant-based whole food diet. Can I use mango instead of mamey? Absolutely. Mango would go very well with this salad. Lettuce, arugula, mango, plantain, fig, that's fantastic. Could be just lettuce, arugula, mango. That would be great. As a matter of fact, keat mangoes are in season right now. This is a keat. Okay, it actually stays green even when it's ripe. So this has give. See, you can see that impression. Boom. This one's ripe. So this one's going to be good. Okay. Thank you for directing me to Google. I'm letting my doctor know right now I don't want this stuff. Okay, Pamela, good. So the best thing you can do is, first off, write yo-yo so you can get this guide. But you should also, if you haven't already, pick up a copy of the book. Pamela, tell me right now, have you read the book, Mastering Diabetes? Let me know. Because that's going to teach you how to communicate with your doctor and how to eat your way into a state of maximum insulin sensitivity to put you in the best chance possible of not needing that medication. You might, right? It depends on your C-peptide, depends on how much insulin is being produced. So that's what the book is all about. So Pamela, have you read the book? Low-fat, whole food, plant-based diet helps in... Catherine, the answer is yes. A low-fat, whole food, plant-based diet helps insulin sensitivity. You nailed it. What about papaya, arugula, romaine? Absolutely. That'd be fantastic. I have some good papayas here. Okay. You want your papayas to be nice and orange and have this is going to get a little bit riper. Like I like to have some bounce, have some give. Okay. Some give. All right. I've learned a lot from you guys. Nothing but love. Good, bro. Good. Love that. Catherine, yay. The book is amazing from Paula. Cheryl says reading it now. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, good. So that's what it's about, guys. It's about making lifestyle changes, doing it consistently, maximizing insulin sensitivity. And when you read the book, you'll see there's like testimonials in the beginning of each chapter, and you'll see the consistent theme. Each person, they're either one or more of these is happening in every person. Their insulin use is going down. Their blood pressure is coming down. Their cholesterol is coming down. Their weight's coming down. And they all focus on one thing, becoming insulin sensitive. Okay. Jennifer says, I need the book too. Absolutely. Get a copy of the book. Patricia, the book is wonderful. My doctor said going plant-based caused my thyroid to be low. Jennifer, if that's the case, I would recommend working with a plant-based doctor. And there's an organization, it's called Love Life Telehealth. You just Google Love Life Telehealth, and they will help you understand what's going on there. I don't think it comes from an evidence-based perspective to say that a plant-based diet caused thyroid issues. I haven't been exposed to that research. If it does exist, I would love to see it. Haven't been exposed to that. Jennifer, A1C is much better going plant-based. Excellent. I love that. Catherine, the book is an excellent resource. Fantastic. Good. We put that Love Life link in the comments. Excellent. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun. Again, if you want that free guide, just type yo-yo. And my request is that you guys take action. I would love for you guys to make any version of this recipe. Okay? The base has to be some sort of green, some sort of non-starchy vegetables. And then just put your favorite fruits on top. What fruits you have, what fruits are ripe, the fruits that you like. It could be anything. All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next week.